Yeah, hello everyone. This is Judith with another video. Yeah, I was shuffling the cards and out came this today. It says I can earn money by doing what I love to do. Yeah, and those are the law of attraction cards regarding money. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that because that is something really very interesting on the journey for a lot of twin flames, right? That that maybe this is you like struggling with money, and we have to understand that money and love are energy, and it's only ever about energy, right? Maybe you're not struggling with money, so this is different for everyone, of course, because it also depends on specific wounds and belief systems around money. So it's really different for everyone, but it's not uncommon for this to show a certain imbalance, right? Where it seems that the divine masculine, for example, is all about focusing on career, focusing on money and tangible things, and the divine feminine energy then neglecting all of those the importance of those things, right? And only like being in the realm of emotion and dreams, right? So money is symptomatic. Let's call it like this, because on the other hand, when we are like talking about our the birthright of abundance, then abundance of course is not only money. Money is an aspect of abundance, but it's very beneficial to look at how money shows up in our lives, because this has to do a lot with the twin flame journey, is actually right. When we see here I can earn money by doing what I love to do, then already like belief systems clash, right? It's wow, I can do what I want, what I love. Yeah, and for example, I was always doing that, right? And so by experience, I was very aware that there are certain things in my life where there are no limits. It might take a little bit of time and effort, dedication, but I can do it, right? I can do it, and I can go down the path that I choose. It's choice, right? We do not have to put up with everything. Um, and and um, and money is something that I, for example, have to learn along the journey. So that's why I have those cards. And then Spirit wanted me to pull a card from this deck. I read to you what's on the back side here. As you practice your more positive, better feeling story, in time your pleasure will become the dominant vibration within you. And then, as you couple your pleasure with your means of earning, the two will blend perfectly and enhance each other. There is no better way to earn money than to do the things you love to do. Money can flow into your experience through endless avenues. It is not the choice of the craft that limits the money that flows, but only your attitude toward money. Yeah, and that's the same with love, right? We have a lot of belief systems around love, how we need to deserve love, how we, or maybe not deserving of love, how we need to look a certain way to be loved, how we need to behave a certain way, how we need to have a certain amount of money, and so on, right? So that's all about discovering really. Here it says, as you practice your more positive, better feeling story, right? So, what are the stories that we are telling ourselves when it comes to money, uh, and when it comes to be worthy? That's about worthiness, right? And it's not about worthiness in the sense, and as I'm talking of money, it's really you could replace it with love. Really, that's why I'm showing you. Um, that's why I'm saying that it's symptomatic on the journey, because it shows us something about our ability to receive, and not only money but also love, really everything. Just, are we wide open to receive, or are we like shut down and closed off and not ready to receive, which is understandable, right? Because we have certain wounds and they don't allow us to receive, but we can work on them, right? And I can for sure help you to clear a great bunch of those wounds and help you move on in an accelerated way along your journey. If you want to find out about that, you find a link in the description box below, right? If the link is not there already, then shoot me an email. It should be there hopefully soon. Yeah, so it's money. You can replace money by love, and then it's all about the stories that we tell ourselves, and really, um, this the opening up. It's the same with love, right? The worthiness is in the sense that worthiness is not in the sense that someone is giving something to us because we are worthy or something like that. The worthiness is that in we are in charge. We are like we are like deciding. We are like um, we have control over. We have learned then to have control over our emotions and our thoughts, right? And we see like cause and effect in all of this. And so we what we do along the twin flame journey is really that we experiment with cause and effect. We do this in many regards. So also when we try to, in the beginning of the journey, we try to get our divine masculine back into our lives. That's also, we are like playing around with cause and effect, but it doesn't work because we are learning something about this law of the universe, this universal law, this hermetic principle of cause and effect. And that's how we learn little by little about the laws of the universe. And then we also get to experience that we have to open up and to relax, to let love in. Yeah. And it's a process. And in order to relax on a deeper level, we have both. I always say it's two pillars, right? We have, on one hand, we have to clear the blocks, we have to clear or to heal the wounds. We have to do a deep dive and look at our shadows, all the things that are bubbling up to the surface. Those are all the negative feelings, the triggers that we have. They are presenting themselves. We do not have to go and look for them. They are in our face, right? And the other side is to find a mindset that is creating something that you desire, right? To create the desired outcome. This not going round in circles in the same old, same old, by focusing on what is, but on telling yourself a new story. Wouldn't it be wonderful to experience the love of my life? Wouldn't it be wonderful to share all the great moments that I have? Wouldn't it be wonderful to present my friends to my divine masculine, right? So a lot of things that you could dream of in a positive way, right? That make you feel good. Yeah, and that's a kind of pleasure that this card talks about, right? kind of pleasure that you bring in the passion, the excitement, um, and and by clearing the blocks, it's happening by clearing the blocks and healing the wounds. um, you you come out of this place of sadness and sorrow and grief and longing, right? Always longing for the other person. In real, you are longing for yourself. You're longing for for being fulfilled within yourself. And it's you've heard me say this before, but it's fascinating to see that the shift that needs to happen is really for the divine feminine to focus on self, right? To know that the care and the attention, everything that you give to other people is not helping them if you are not healed, if you are not in your power, if you are not like pouring into self. And that's when you're like doing that, then that's the moment where everything starts to get so much better, right? So this should be a goal always for you to grasp the meaning of that and to find out how you can do that. Just a good way of finding that is always to think of what you would do for your divine masculine or for other people in your life, right? Maybe you have children, maybe you have friends, and what all the things that you are doing for those people, and how you're treating yourself, how you're looking at yourself. And then little by little, right? Be soft, be gentle with yourself. Don't judge yourself or something, but just how could you step by step, like be more gentle, be more kind with yourself, and pour into self, right? And pouring into self is also like giving yourself time, for example, time to focus on your healing. Sometimes it's also connected to investing in yourself, right? Little by little. Then you go towards taking steps to make investments, like booking a session or taking a course. This is also important, right? To That's also giving to self and pouring into self, because we need a hand along the journey. That's my experience, and I hear this from other coaches as well, and that's so true. It's many things are needed, and there are so much things. All of us will putting out things for free to support this, because we truly want twin flames to be in union. We truly want to support this unique and very new way of ascension, because it's exciting, and we are all passionate about it. Yeah, but in my perspective, because we're talking about money, right? It's also like, where are you putting your money? Are you also like supporting yourself with that? And by supporting, I mean, are you also spending your money on, for example, things that feel joyful, like like your inner child? What would your inner child like to do, right? What and you could just find out even about something that you're passionate about in this way, right? When you really think, what would I like to do? What would I love? Where would I love to go? What's important to me? So yeah, we find out more and more along the way about those things, and I think I'm not done with talking about money. I think it's interesting to do that. And also here we have this word choice, right? We always get to choose. So we always get to choose like what we want to experience with money as well, right? What is it that you want to experience? Maybe there is an imbalance between you and your divine masculine, and you don't want to be chosen because you have money, for example. So you're like, this is a belief system. I don't want money because if I have money, then he would choose me for the money. I don't want to be chosen. I would want to be chosen for myself, for who I am, not because I have money. And of course, that's weird, right? And then you have to, it's your job then to find balance with this money kind of thing, and to know that this belief system um, is hurting yourself. And we have all been programmed in one way or another to hurt ourselves. And it's so weird. Why would we do this? Why would we not welcome the natural abundance that is there for us in life, right? Why would we think that our divine masculine would not see us or not see who we truly are if we had more money on our bank account? That's complete nonsense, right? Just to point out what there are all kinds of weird belief systems around money, and I'm sure you're getting what I mean. Yeah, as I said, maybe I'm not done with talking about money. I also love those cards; they are really fun, um, and yeah, we can earn money with everything. We're not limited in any way, and very often, especially in a time as we experience now, with artificial intelligence coming up and financial or economic crisis, I think those are really the times where everybody gets to think about, what do I want to do? What do I truly want to do? What did I always want to do? Because that's what it's all about. We are supported, right, in our choices. We're not limited. We are always supported. Yeah, and we are also supported in our unions, and we are where we are meant to be right now. That's another step on our way, on our divine path. So take care. That's all for today, and I see you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye, everyone.